I see cat like very much like tiny little crack of the door. I saw it. It went away.
Well, why you gotta
It went
get me
the other
all
direction.
excited?
I like cat.
My cats are pretty cool.
Is that beans? Oh, okay, that's Pringles. I just thought it was a long can of beans.
I couldn't hear what you were saying. It's extra hot.
I immediately when I saw that before I saw his Pringles, I asked, "Is that beans?" And then I was like, "Oh, I thought that was an extra long can of beans."
Like a super long can of beans. Like, damn.
You're just eating beans for the can.
For bean lovers only. But these are extra hot chili and lime.
3, 2, 1.
What's good, man? It's your boy Juicy J, man. Shout out to Virtual Homework Podcast.
Beans.
No, you can't just beans. Virtual Homework Podcast. I was so hoping like, oh, Dana's doing the intro this time. He's not gonna fuck it up for me.
I'm gonna fuck it up every time.
Yeah, you just said beans. Like, come on, man.
Dude.
Come on.
I'm on a bean high right now, you know?
Yeah, well, we watched a video about a guy filling a PC with beans, so it makes sense. Anyway, this is the Virtual Homework Podcast.
I'm Dana.
For all your virtual homework needs. We got homework, it's virtual.
I hate homework. I never did my homework, but I do this homework because this homework means a lot to me.
Does it?
Yeah, I have at least a little bit of fun with this. You know, we're playing games. We're gamers.
Yeah, we played a game this week. But before we get into the game this week, I want to ask you, because we kind of mentioned it. Like, I might finish Tembo last week. Did you play it at all anymore?
No.
I tried to play it a little bit more, but
I did not want to.
Two things happened.
What happened?
Yeah, 2 things happened. A, I was like not super excited. I'm like, this is like actually kind of homework. I want to just like get further in the game. But so we mentioned the game was like super broken and like it literally wouldn't work without like deleting like a file before. You have to do that every single time on PC. I didn't realize that. Like it was broken when I started the game again. I'm like, what the fuck?
Every single time?
This game is. Yeah, well, I had to do it. I played the game a second time and I had to do it, so I assume I have to do it.
So did you have to delete your save file?
No, I didn't have to delete my save file, but there's like another file I had to delete. And
that seems like a really easy fix. Like, does that just...
Yeah. Like, I definitely think that there was something wrong with the PC port, or maybe a recent patch. And it definitely... It's stupid. I feel like they really just took the PC port as an afterthought. But anyway, after doing that again... really all I have to say is that I got through the third world. It's more frustrating the more it goes on. Honestly, just wasted potential for a platformer.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I have to say about that game. It had everything there to make it a good game. It just wasn't put together right.
But speaking of platformers, and dare I say, speaking of good games, we're going to talk about Psychonauts today.
I was so excited to play this game. I've literally been looking at this game for like a decade. I had friends that played it. I had people to talk about it, and I finally was able to play it. What did you think?
Dare I say it? Is this the first good game we've played on the podcast?
I think we've played like
Jet Moto. I didn't like.
Listen,
I'm not going to call that
999
good.
was
Fuck
really
you.
good.
Oh no. Okay, so this is the second good game we played on the podcast after 999.
I was actually pleasantly surprised by this game. I felt like it had a little bit of a slow start, but once you got going, like I like wanted to keep going. I was having so much fun.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Psychonauts is a platformer. It's a very story-oriented platformer. You basically play as this like psychic child. And he's trying to just basically get his police badge.
There's a psychic summer camp for gifted children, and you sneak into it. You did not have your parents' permission to go, so you have like 2 or 3 days to get, your training before your parents come and pick you up. And the game entails going around, learning different abilities, finding out what's going on, and solving a couple puzzles and such.
So this game is basically just a platformer with a really good story.
Mm-hmm.
I did think it was a little cutscene heavy. Like, you mentioned a slow start. You're waiting like 10 minutes to even play the game, and then like you have 2 minutes of gameplay, 2 minutes of cutscenes. Like, it's a very story-oriented game. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I wasn't expecting it.
Let me tell you, the best part about it is that you can skip every line of dialogue. Like, everything. Cutscenes, anything. Just hit circle and you just skip through it. Like, that's awesome.
I don't know why I'm complaining, because I didn't skip it. I'm like, I need to know this stuff. But I I skipped very like things I already knew, like trying to explain mechanics. I skipped, but
Yeah.
I definitely like was attentive during this game because I actually thought it was a good plot, and I wanted to know more about the world, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, you kind of
But I
just
was
go from area to area, kind of exploring. It's definitely a collectathon. With
I would
all
say it's a
sorts of random-
collectathon done right though. Like we just played a game called Tembo, the Badass Elephant, and like that was a collectathon done wrong.
Yeah,
You actually had to basically like you had to collect a certain amount of pieces
yeah. I don't.
in order to get to like a certain point where you could advance. But this game, there were like things that you had to collect if you wanted to get like more power ups, stronger character. But if you chose not to collect them,
You
you
don't
kind
need
of
to.
basically. Yeah, you don't need to. It just makes the game slightly harder because you don't have like extra health bars or
But-
like things like that. It's really a trade off there.
Yeah, I like the collecting though because it encourages you to explore the world. It's like, oh man, there's that thing up on that cliff. How do I get to that cliff? And then you spend 2 or 3 minutes like going around a path, jumping up a mountain, and stuff like that. The one thing I like is as you unlock abilities, you can like go back to areas and be like, oh, I remember that thing. All right, I'm going to use this ability I just got and, jump up there or move this thing or whatever, which I thought was really cool.
I mean, so how far did you actually get in this game?
I got to the 4th boss, I think.
Okay, I think I got a little bit less than you. I beat the section where you're like levitating.
Okay, yeah, I met the boss after that. That was probably one of my favorite sections. That section is so fun.
That section is really fun, and also like I don't know what this game was rated. I feel like it was a relatively PG game except for that area.
So
like,
it gets even worse.
Okay, there were some references. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She's like, oh, we got to stay rolling for this party. I'm like, is that a ecstasy reference? Maybe.
There's definitely more, and the section after that is actually my favorite section. So I encourage you to continue going. It like I said, I was playing it at first, and I was like, "Oh, what am I doing? I have to find this guy." It's like I was kind of not into it, but like I said, the more I played it, it was just like, "Wow, I'm getting." Like it's basically after you get the levitate ability, like the game just gets so much better.
So yeah, this is a game that we literally could not beat in our allotted time at the podcast. We give each other a minimum of 2 hours. We've played more than that.
Yeah.
999. We both
We
beat the game, but this game on timetobeat.com or whatever, it says it takes about 12 hours to beat the main story.
I'm only about 4.5 hours in, so
I'm probably like 3.5 hours in.
yeah, I definitely see myself continuing to play this because I am having so much fun with it.
This game has weird vibes. So you mentioned a slow start. I kind of agree. I just think it's a little too cutscene heavy, but I was entranced by the fact I'm like, I know this voice. The main character is actually voiced by Invader Zim, and it sounds exactly like Invader Zim.
So that's where it was from and stuff.
Yeah.
The cast is quite interesting. Like each character is kind of different. Everything's voiced. Like there's definitely a world, and just the little things you can tell that they put a lot of love into this game. Like the different Easter eggs, like the different things that are hidden. The amount of voice dialogue in this game is insane. Like from different.
No, this game's cinematic. I mentioned too many cutscenes, but like someone who actually like wants to like really follow a story, like. The main character, who again, voice of Invader Zim, like he's been in every single children's show you probably watched.
Yeah.
Billy Mandy,
And he's
Professor
the same voice in
Carney,
every show.
I think. Yeah, pretty much. It's a really good story-driven platformer. Like it reminded me of Sonic Adventure a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Except that I think.
Oh
it's
my
a little
god!
bit
Yeah,
more of
the
an
movement
adult
is
story.
like identical. It feels like.
Yeah, especially when you're like rolling on a ball, like there's like literally like if you remember the bumpers that like bumped you around in Sonic Adventure, like there's literally that in the levitate stage.
This game is like quintessential like mid 2000s platformer. Like that's what I think of when I think about this.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sonic Adventure meets Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's actually a really good way to put it. Just because it's like creepy, not like I mean like kind of scary, but like kind of gross, but like kind of cutesy at the same time. It runs pretty well on PC. I think it looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, I was playing it in like 1900 by like 1200 or something like that, and it was running pretty well.
The cutscenes look like
way better than Tembo, which came out 10 years later. By the way,
the cutscenes kind of look
fuck
like shit,
Tembo.
but that's whatever.
I mean, I legitimately just want to keep playing this game. I like it.
Like literally right before this podcast, like I usually write down some shit to like say about the game, because like I was playing this game up until like the minute we were done. Like that's how much I enjoyed it. So,
don't normally play games more than 2 hour mark. It's been rare, and this is one of the rare instances.
Happy I picked a good one.
Yeah, why'd you do it? Why do you decide to not make us both suffer?
I mean, sometimes it's fun to play shitty games because then we can just shit on it the entire time. But this time we're like, oh man, this game's so good. Blah, blah, blah. Like we just like fucking jerk this game off the entire time.
This game, Danny didn't want to break the bank. He's like, $10, fine, whatever.
This game's absolutely worth $10. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, 100%. And they're coming out with the sequel this year.
So that's
Psychonauts 2.
That's what kind of made me want to play this because like I was like, oh, what game do I play? I think I saw an article somewhere. It was like, oh, Psychonauts 2. I was like, oh shit. Well, I've been wanting to play the first one, so here we are. So anything you didn't like?
Well, I mentioned really just the matter of the fact that like there's a cutscene everywhere you go. Maybe the thing is, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say that like the beginning of any game is gonna over-explain mechanics.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's just a trait in any video game because like there's new mechanics left and right. Like you literally like you walk 1 foot, do a cutscene, walk another foot, do another cutscene. Like I feel like it's just trying to get you into the world, and maybe it was the way I played the game, but like I just felt like there were so many cutscenes before I got to an actual base level. But the actual base levels were long. Like if you remember the first level, like braining or whatever.
Yeah.
Basic braining.
Yeah, you're
like that was a long level. I was actually surprised how long it was.
Yeah, like all like the level. So there's like the overworld, which is like the camp, which is fully free to explore. You can go anywhere, jump up, everything. Obviously, different abilities will let you get different more things for power ups and such. But it's almost completely open world as far as what you can explore. And then there's like the levels where you go into like the mind and shit, which are pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, There was not a single part of actual gameplay I didn't enjoy. I thought that it was relatively straightforward. I did struggle a little bit with I had to look up like how to get into the secret underground lair just because I didn't know the controls very well. I think I skipped a dialogue scene that told me to like hit left on the D-pad to use my items. So like I'm not sure if that was me or the game just. Yeah, maybe, honestly. Okay. I mean, like, what's a video game, like, podcast or Let's Play or anything without, like, not reading the instructions here?
Especially in, like, the beginning when you're like, yeah. It's, like, all, like, you just want to get to the gameplay.
Like, did you immediately understand what to do and put that button in the underground?
I mean, when I got there, yeah. Because when you start that entire thing, you're holding the button, and I realized holding triangle puts it away.
Oh, I must have done something accidentally because I was not holding the button that entire time, and like it took me like 20 minutes to re-hold the button because I had no idea what I was doing.
My whole thing is whenever I play a game, I hit every button on a controller just to see what it does.
I like hit every button but the D-pad for some reason. I think that's a flaw with my character here. But okay, I'm gonna say that was me being an idiot and not the game being an idiot. So there we go.
That's all right. It happens. I'm an idiot a lot, so I give this a you should play it out of 10.
Oh, yeah, like, this was legitimately probably the second best game we've ever played. I'm going to say 999's better, but, like, it's a really unfair comparison.
Yeah, 999
because, like, it's
fantastic.
a completely different game.
Well, maybe if we finish this, we might have a different opinion, so.
I'm never going to play this game again. No, I hope I do, but I just know myself and know that there's more things I have to do this week. So I hope I get back to it. I really hope I beat it, but I'm scared.
So for our 1000th podcast, we're going to rank every game we've ever played.
For our 12th podcast, we're gonna just spend 45 minutes on each game.
That sounds.
Let's see, 45 times 11. That's 495 minutes. That's like 8 hours.
Yeah, 45 minutes on Space Giraffe.
Oh god, that's like just as much as I played.
It's like I couldn't even play that because it made me so sick.
Yeah, that was the point, man. I was just like, you know what, this guy, fuck him. We're just gonna let him die. In a ditch.
So, other than games, recent piece of news that came up that got me thinking of what's something from your childhood that you thought was really, really cool, and then you grew up and realized, wow, that's kind of shitty.
A lot of Adult Swim shows.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the really... I think I tried to watch Minora Team, and I'm just like, this is straight up bad, and at best racist.
At best, racist.
Like they really didn't try here.
For me,
it's really just.
I was gonna say Guinness World Records. That whole.
Oh my god!
Let me preface that. When I was a kid, I fucking loved the Guinness World Records books. Like, I used to be like, oh, me and my friends were like, oh, let's try to beat the records and stuff like that. Look at all like the cool different records. And then you become an adult and realize they don't mean shit, and no one takes them seriously in any of the fields that they take records for.
Well, there's some context here.
Yeah.
I guess I'll explain it because I'm the speedrunner here. Anyway, Billy Mitchell, known cheater. Well, okay, I'm not going to say cheater because I don't want to get sued. But Billy Mitchell, known misleading man, saying that he ran on a console when it was proved that he ran on a MAME emulator to achieve certain Donkey Kong high scores, previously acknowledged as world records, and in some cases like first million point scores. Recently got reinstated to the Guinness World Records. And the way that it works is that it's not necessarily you have the burden of proof when you are the person submitting a time to Guinness World Records. But if there are things that are suspicious, or if there's things that like make your run seem like there's even a chance that it could not be world record, the leaderboard generally takes that information into account and says, yeah, you may have evidence on your side that you got this time or score in the case of Billy Mitchell, but because of the integrity of our leaderboards, we are not going to include this time just due to the fact that, hey, there is some reason to doubt that this is a legitimate time. Billy Mitchell was like, oh, hey, here's our arcade time, but then it was proved that it was not done in arcade. And that's not necessarily proving that, like, oh, it was not done in general.
Like, more than likely, like, he has the ability to do it. Like, absolutely. Like, he's obviously, like, one of the best players in the history of the universe, but, like,
and the sad thing is, a lot of cheaters in speedrunning especially have the ability to do it. It's just that they're impatient and don't want to actually grind for the hours. Super Meat Boy is a perfect example where the world record time, which was like super well known, it's like imagine like
they found
I don't
out
know
it was
if you know
spliced,
Super Meat
right?
Boy, like
I saw.
Yeah, they found it was spliced. Yeah, and it was the explanation from the guy is like, yeah, I'm ashamed of myself, but like I knew I could do it, but I knew that I would have to grind for perfect RNG and I would have to grind for perfect execution, and I just decided that it was worth it to do this because I thought that like, hey, I could do this so well, no one's gonna notice, and I could get this time anyway. So what's the point? Billy Mitchell was like, hey, I did this time, and like there's no evidence to say that he didn't do this time, but the fact that he was dishonest about it and the fact that he used a program that we both use MAME, which has save states.
Yeah, you can completely cheat and everything like that.
Yeah. The fact that he used a program that allows him to really perfect his RNG and like perfect his quote unquote
we don't
gameplay.
know what kind of game that he had it set up as, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So the fact that he chose to be dishonest and his dishonesty like leads like down the rabbit hole of like potential dishonesty. Like if you're lying about one thing, why are you not lying about other things?
Like 100% of leaderboards would disqualify this immediately.
Yeah, but I think what happened was Billy Mitchell sued a certain YouTuber, and Billy Mitchell also sued a certain leaderboard, not Guinness World Records, Twin Galaxies. Yeah. And I think Guinness World Records just didn't want to deal with this shit. And they've actually had a previous...
Yeah, I don't think they care.
Yeah, like they've had previous instances where they're not super honest in the pursuit of money and honestly book sales, because why not?
Yeah, no, it just sucks because, like I said, I grew up watching it, and it's like no one takes these people seriously. Like you can go from field to field to field, and there's gonna be a large group of people who say they're a fucking joke. Just some random guy claimed this record that et cetera, et cetera. So
it's sad, but I guess not
what
super
can you
surprising.
fucking do? It's just like leftover boomer shit,
Leftover boomer shit. Speaking of dishonesty, speaking of co-hosts of popular podcasts, we didn't speak of that, but I will say that Dana is the most dishonest and probably worst human alive, because last podcast he said that the Mayans miscalculated when they said 2012, and it's actually going to be like next week that the world was going to end last week, and it didn't end.
Dude,
we're still here.
I read it on Twitter. How am I supposed to know?
You read it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And you told me this was pure fact. We're going to die.
Dude, you
we're
showed
all
me a
gonna
video
die.
of a dude filling a computer with beans. Like, give me some fucking break. This is a good video, though.
Big Bean.
Big Beans.
Big Bean. That's what I call
something
myself
you actually
Dana.
brought up to me earlier this week was an artist we actually both enjoy is having a concert in Minecraft.
Oh, I have this as a talking point as well. That's so nice transition, dude. Um,
Well, I want to bring
yes,
up a point.
Party Boy 69. Party Boy 69 is in concert in Minecraft. I want to talk about Minecon. Wait, it's Minecon's an actual thing. It's like
You don't even know the name of it.
Minecraft Music Festival.
Well, this isn't the first one. So there's been
It isn't the first one, but I didn't realize that. I actually bought a ticket. It was $10.
So, like, one of my favorite artists ever, 100 Gex, they did a concert with, like, 30 other EDM artists in Minecraft, and it was really fucking cool to go to. You know, they were talking, playing music, like, it was like a whole thing. Mind Gala was the one that I listened to.
This one is called Electric Boogaloo, and it's so... The actual amount of artists is so insane. You have to like zoom into their guest list to even see who's playing.
Yeah, this is what Mind
It's
Gala
honestly
was like.
ridiculous.
It was so many different artists and stuff like that. I think the whole digital, like, they did the whole Travis Scott, like, Fortnite thing. I think it's really fucking cool.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And in fact, I like that Party Boy 69 is here. I don't recognize a single other artist here except for Paris Hilton, and I don't give a shit about Paris
Wait,
Hilton.
Paris Hilton is in Minecraft?
The same one. Paris Hilton is going to Electric
We gotta
Boogaloo.
go. We gotta cover it.
I bought a ticket. I'm seeing.
Wait, you have to pay money for this?
It's $10.
The one I went to was
Otherwise,
free.
I'm pretty sure you can't go if you don't have like a ticket. Like it's a private server. You have to be invited by your Minecraft ID.
The Mind Gala I went to, it was free. Everybody was listening to crazy speedcore and awesome stuff. And
I mean, if we're being honest here, fuck Minecraft. It's all about. Oh yeah, Steve Aoki's in this one. The one I linked.
Wait, for real? Oh yeah, then this is definitely way more legit. I mean, like the one I
Electric
went to had a lot of
Boogaloo.
like really like high-end artists, but they were just, you know, playing music for fun during the quarantine and such.
But anyway, fuck Minecraft. Terraria is where it's at. Terraria had a major update. Still haven't played it because I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
Can't make it on this podcast because
meaning
we both
to.
played Terraria. We're gonna be biased.
I've been watching a lot of streamers.
Fuck
play it.
Minecraft. I'm
Minecraft's
better
fun as
than
fuck.
Minecraft.
Like, my guild has a Minecraft server. They're all playing it, but I'm not because I'm.
My guild has a Minecraft server.
Shut the fuck up! I don't sound
Sorry,
like that.
I'm just. That's my perfect Dana impression.
It is perfect.
No,
It's spot on.
no.
It's a fantastic game. Like Minecraft is to this day like still really fun. Like I don't care who you are, how old you are, you can get lost in that shit.
I mean, yeah, it's Minecraft.
No, but do you think we're gonna start seeing more contests, concerts in like digital fields? Like, are we gonna see like I don't know, who's some fucking pop bitch that people like Ariana Grande and Maple Story or some shit, or like
No one's gonna go in Maple Story.
no.
Next time's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, they had concerts in World of Warcraft back in the day. Like that was as far back as like 2009. They had their own band.
You're gonna be in EverQuest.
Elite Torrent
It's gonna
Chieftain.
best comeback of all time, EverQuest.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna have fucking Kanye West and EverQuest.
It rhymes, so it must happen.
That would actually be insane. Could you imagine?
I honestly can't imagine. This is 2020. But like, speaking of things opening up, I'm like, why are you so confident that movie theaters are opening up at the end of the month, which is the most insane thing to me. Like, there was backlash, and they were like, oh, like originally AMC was gonna open up without a mandatory mask requirement, but I was like, that's insane. But I kind of understood it because the people who'd be idiotic enough to go to an AMC movie theater
we're the
would
only
probably be the
country
type that weren't.
where, the mask is a political thing for some reason.
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is like, we're the people who would go to a movie theater in these times are already insane enough. Like they're gonna be the people who aren't wearing masks because they don't give a shit. So like, I understood like, oh, they're not having a mandatory mask requirement because like these people are not the type that would actually care about potentially dying. So, but like now they've rolled it back and have a mandatory mask requirement. It's still way too early. Like if you need a mandatory mask to go in a movie theater, that's probably like.
Well, I just like how more things are opening up and like cases are going up like nationwide everywhere. Like
it's like totally like it's blind. But like I love the fact that like not only are movie theaters opening up, but like yeah, they're playing blockbuster. Like for example, there's like a new there's like a new Christopher Nolan movie coming out with like a $200 million budget. Do they think they're gonna make like the thing about movie releases is that like once it's released, like it's a downward trend. Do they think that like people are really gonna watch this $200 million budget movie and they're gonna make enough money? Like they should really delay it. they're gonna bomb it. Like it's so bad. Like I can't believe that they're just like pretending this is normal.
And they're saying
like,
people have to be like a couple seats across from each other. People aren't gonna do that. What about people eating popcorn? They're gonna take off their fucking masks. They're just not gonna sell food.
Well, even at reduced capacity, a sold-out show is going to net them like a third of the sales. They're going to lose so much money, and I can't believe they're just like, okay, this is normal. Like, don't do this, but they're doing it. They're doing it.
I saw a graph. It's like European countries are down to like 3K cases a day, and like the United States is at like 25K a day.
Well, I think the best are looking at Asian countries, not just South Korea, because South Korea had a lot of testing, but like Japan and China in general. Like I lived in China, like the amount of people I saw with face masks just due to air pollution, like it was a relatively sizable number. Like it was a normalized thing in Asia, and now like they're saying everyone's got to wear a mask. So it's like, oh, these people wear masks, I'll just wear a mask too. They've proved that wearing masks is like a massive like correlation with like decreases in cases and stuff like that, and you're seeing that.
Well, it's like I think I've said it before. It's like think of like a construction worker. Like that's why do you think they wear a mask? It's gonna get some sort of particulate like not in your fucking throat. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We should make virtual homework masks.
What, just copy Mega 64?
No, we're just gonna have.
We can't just constantly live.
On the mask.
Oh, that'd be the literal best and worst mask of all time. Did you just think of that?
Yeah.
You're sitting on $1 million right there.
It's like
blood
the
money.
bands around your ear are like hands.
I don't mean like disgusting. Like I'm not saying blood money in that regard. I'm just saying like you're making money off something that shouldn't exist. That's all I'm trying to say.
Listen, I'm a Visioneer or whatever.
But like I'm not gonna name names. I think it's entirely due to production issues. Like I ordered a mask from a company I like, and like I haven't received it yet, and I ordered that like a month and a half ago. They're having massive supply. Like trying to get masks made and produced and shipped to people is really hard right now.
Well, did we have masks come to the United States, but our government was like, "No, we don't need them. We'll make them here." And then
no, that's different. That's like medical masks. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm talking like just like a branded cloth mask with the company
do you
that
want, like,
you
Gucci?
Like if you want like a Neopets mask, like with your chia, with a like royal paintbrush.
And I never played Neopets.
What? Okay.
I played Gaia Online, where you just spam 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
4, 5,
I had
6.
a Gaia character. He was a pretty badass. He wore a top hat.
He just made me spit out my drink.
You know what I'm talking about. You've seen the top hat.
Dude, I had these fucking fox ears, and I sold them on eBay for $11. It was insane.
Badass.
Do you know how many
you got
posts I had to
scammed
make?
by Gaia Online? I bought at least $20 in Gaia cards.
I never spent any money.
They took my real money. They took my real money so I could look cool in Gaia Online while I cared for 2 months.
I literally just like there was like threads. It was like post here, and I would post like 7,000 posts just to get like that points up.
I posted in the forums just to show off my avatar on my post, which showed because I was like the worst forum poster of all time. Straight up hated in most forums. Because I was a 12-year-old that posted stupid ass shit.
Speaking of forums, do you ever like miss like hyper specific like forums?
Oh, I miss PHPBB and VBulletin forums all the time. It just we are not in a medium where that makes sense anymore.
No.
Like Discord, Facebook have just taken over, and I do honestly miss that.
Yeah, like little communities of like people that never talk outside of your hyper specific interests, but it's like all that.
Yeah, it's weird because, or no, continue.
All that shit's like on Reddit now, but it's like it's not the same because it's just I don't know. There's something about having like a horrible fucking like your own signature that you made in Photoshop and shit like that, and your own avatar and stuff like that. Like
it's also not the same because there was like a weird point in time where everyone was like going on Facebook, and then like you became Facebook friends with the people you were on forums with. So like now you all know each other like in their real life, and like you see that these are like not the people you looked up to when you were 12. They're just like sad human beings that have their own boring lives.
Is it a jab?
Like this guy named Sphinctus.
Is it a jab at me?
I was like, no, actually not. But like, no, legitimately, when I was on forums, I was like relatively young, and like it's not that like these people were creepy and talking to me. It's just like anyone could join a forum. I was like, oh, all these cool ass posters with 6,000. Like I used to literally look up to people with like 6,000 posts. Like I was like, oh my god, this guy has so many posts. He's so cool. And then I'm like, oh, this is just like a normal guy with a data entry job.
45 and like no friends and family, and they're just talking to you about Chias on Neopets.
Yeah, honestly, but
so I don't want to get into it.
The real question.
What's
the real question is who run it?
We run it.
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 These bitches ain't shit.
But hoes and tricks.
I don't know. I'm trying to. There's a song called "Who Run It" by 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah, I just know it's like. It's like who run it?
We
run it. Who run it? We run it. 3 6.
Yeah, there we go. That was
3 6 is that guy. Guys.
No, I'm that guy is a song by OJ the Juice Man. So that guy is OJ.
Is terrible.
He's terrible, but like he's terrible in a good way. It's like Tobacco of music. I'm not sure if you know the Simpsons clip I'm talking about.
Tobacco
like
every beat is just like young juice head and that's all he says.
He's been booed off there. You could like look. You could make a compilation. I don't know if they exist, but there's many videos of OJ the Juice Man being booed off stage. You could make a compilation of OJ the Juice Man being booed off stage compilation. That'd be a really good video that you could make yourself with the content out there.
My favorite pastime nowadays is going on Gucci Mane's official Facebook and just commenting on every post saying he's a clone, and people get very mad.
I mean, they ever think that he might be a clone?
Gucci's
probably
a clone.
Not, because no, he's not a clone. I don't endorse this theory.
And then you get people trying to sell you stuff.
You're scamming. This is like a theme of the podcast. You're scamming.
Yeah, I'm gonna start scamming the elderly. That's my new business choice.
I mean, like, honestly, we kind of talked about it this week. Like, I found some insane shit.
What?
Like, there's the fucking, there's like this ring.
Oh, yeah.
By this guy named Alex Chew.
Yeah.
Who, AlexChio.com, he made a ring called the Immortality
Stop
Ring.
listening to this podcast right now.
You go to AlexChio.com. You go to AlexChew.com, the first thing that it says is Facebook banned my ads because they say my stuff cannot save lives. Google, YouTube, and Bing ban my ads because they too do not allow natural cure products. And he has a cell alignment machine that cures pneumonia. It also recovers people from seizures. It's fucked up. Like, he has an immortality device that he sells for $28. It's insane. And like you go to his website, alexchio.com. He has like a bio on himself, and he's just like, let me find Alex Chio.
There's an immortality bulletin board.
This website looks like it was made in 1995 and has not been updated since. I mean, his bio on his website, alexchio.com, says 31 years old in 2002. So I feel like the site has not been updated since 2002. I think these people are
absolutely fucking insane. But you gotta kind of wonder, like, other communities like this exist on the internet. Like, do you, like, ever find like weird relics of like old internet that are just
100%, and most of them are just like scam sites like this. It's insane.
Like the lady.
I mean, have you ever thought that this guy might actually have the?
Like, do you ever see the lady who has all the raccoons? She has like a bunch of raccoons.
No, I haven't.
Well, there's a lady.
How many raccoons does
she
have?
has a website where she like dresses up her raccoons and talks about like crazy shit with her raccoons. It's very in very in the theme of this Alex Chew website.
He has a cell realignment machine that causes bald patients to grow hair.
Do you like how
and he has a before and after baldness picture that says, this is not a real before and after photo that I've personally taken. I just want to give you an example of what it can do. Like, what the fuck?
Do you see like the description? Like, he like censors certain letters in disease, and
he says his cell realignment machine also heals scars. He just says that. It also heals scars. He just randomly says that.
How many?
It's like, no big deal. It also does that. Enough to like not starve.
This is on Amazon.
This website, it's on Amazon. You're gonna buy one for $28.
It's sold out. I could have.
You just can't take it off. You're gonna be like 400 years old, and it's like, I have to wear this ring, or else the second I take this off, I'm gonna like go like straight up Thanos on your ass and just like disintegrate.
I don't know. This seems like really, really scary.
Are you implying that he does not have the gift of immortality?
Probably not. No. I'm gonna buy this ring.
Alex Cho is a psychonaut.
If I buy you one, yeah, he's the original Psychonaut. That's what the game is based off of. Fucking Alex Cho.
Jesus Christ. Is Alex like a name? Like I'm sorry to all the Alexes out there, but Alex Jones, Alex Chu, there has to be a correlation. Probably not. You're all cool.
So
Alex
I'm
shows.
gonna read the wiki about him. He has claimed God told him about a momentous.
He has a wiki page. He's that significant.
This is what it says about him. Alex Shows claimed God told him about a momentous war that would shake the world starting in 2004. He has refused to answer questions after the prophecy was shown to be an abject failure.
I mean, maybe everyone's a hater and he's actually immortal. Ever think about that?
He is ascended.
I need a fucking immortality ring or I'm gonna die.
Well, I'm gonna buy you one. I just ordered it.
Well, speaking of like, I'm breaking the bank because I've realized that toasters are actually not $400. It's like $450.
Dude, I was fucking watching. I was on TikTok and Little Yachty has this fucking crazy toaster with like a touch
I saw
screen.
that video, but like I just looked at that. I'm like, this guy, he might have a touchscreen toaster, but his toast is shit compared to the toast you could get.
Dude,
from
that
Mitsubishi.
doesn't that tell me that toaster doesn't look sick as fuck though?
It looks sick as fuck, but it's not. It's no Mitsubishi toaster.
Dude, this is Toaster Cast.
It doesn't
now.
have the. It doesn't have the research under
fucking
it
Toaster Cast
like Mitsubishi does. The thing about the toaster though is that yeah, the toaster's $370.
One piece of bread.
Yeah, okay, it makes one piece of bread at a time. It's the perfect piece of bread, and like I'm sorry that you haven't ascended.
I want
to the
like
point where you
6 pieces
understand.
of bread at once. So I just have to get 6 of them. Dude, that's like the goal. Like to have 6 of those toasters all going at once.
But no,
next to each other.
Let me tell you about this. So basically the toaster's $370, but the problem is it's under the Japanese wattage, which I think is 100 and we're like 110 in the US. So you have to get like a $75 transformer so you can plug in your toaster to American outlets.
So I want to get 5 of them, and then I also have to get 5 adapters.
You could probably get a transformer with 5 outlets, but it's going to be like $200. It like you're spending extra. It's not a $400 toaster. It's more than that. Unless you want to move to Japan to toast.
Dude, that's the dream.
I mean, if you could afford a $400 toaster,
I mean, that's the American dream is to move out of the country and make toast.
Yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying, like, if you could afford a $400 toaster, you probably could afford a private jet to fly to Japan to toast.
Yeah, I don't imagine like you're like living on Skid Row and you're buying a $400 fucking like your kids are starving. It's like, but we need this toaster, honey. He's like, I'm hungry.
I mean, I've thought about it. I've thought about sacrificing everything for the perfect toast.
That's like, I want that on a shirt.
I just got my Party Boy 69 shirt. I'm excited.
Like,
I'm gonna wear it nowhere because it has like a massive Party Boy 69 bulge on it.
yeah, it's just
And it
like it's
also
like
says the
it's
words
like a
Party Boy
pantless
69.
man like wearing a Speedo, like wearing like a
That
chain
has like 69
vest.
on it.
It says Party Boy 69.
I've done worse. I have like a Kim Jong-un sweater with like just Kim Jong-un's face on it. I got it when it was not political, like before the whole Rocket Man fiasco.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I wore it to a Home Depot once. It did not go well. Like
I think
many 40-year-old men gave me bad looks.
I think we
was
all
very
have
uncomfortable.
T-shirts in our closet that that we
Shirts in our closet. Damn,
we look
that's a metaphor.
we look at our
But
look
it's also
fondly,
literal.
but we can't bring them out for they hold too much power.
I literally went on Beloved Shirts, who is my custom shirt designer, and I actually ordered a shirt recently for an ITG related event that I promised the shirt in like 2013 and never delivered it. So like I'm still making these shirts.
Really?
Fear me, honestly.
Dude, like half the people are gonna be like too old to wear it.
There's no too old in Belovedville.
I mean, like it's
Podcast is
between
sponsored by Beloved Shirts.
between 2013 and now, I've gained like 100 pounds.
2013 was like what 2 days ago?
Dude, I wish it was 2013. That would be sick.
Yeah, it would be sick. I'd be like, hey, 2013. I'd be doing my 2013 song.
Were you in China then, or were you in school?
Odd years school.
Okay.
I went to China in 2010, 2012, 2014. Actually kind of weird, but yeah, that's how it was. Every other year.
I've been to China before.
Have you?
Not.
It's a marsh.